To replace the PC350 electric recline cable, the first thing we need to do is use the recline lever to recline the chair as far as it'll go. Next, we'll remove the pad set for easier access. Next, we can unplug the chair. And we're ready to remove the arm core arm cap assembly. We'll use a 3/16 inch Allen wrench to remove the 4 screws that secure that assembly. Okay, next we need to use a knife to very carefully remove 2 layers of casing that surround the connectors. Being very careful, of course, not to cut the cabling underneath. And once you can disconnect that connector, then go ahead and continue removing all of that casing. Next, we'll use a 5mm Allen wrench to remove the black plastic panel from the inside of the arm. Once that's removed, then we'll use the same Allen wrench to remove the 2 screws that secure the cable guide inside that armrest. Okay, now we're ready to remove the metal plate from the top of the armrest using that same 3/16 inch Allen wrench. Next, we need to look down into the armrest to make sure there's enough clearance for us to fish the new cable down through that arm. If there is not, we need to use a flathead screwdriver to adjust the barrel nut on the rear of the arm, which affects the size of the opening. Next, we can remove the plastic connector cover that comes with the new Recline cable. We don't need that. And then connect the new cable to the old cable. Once they're connected, then we can feed that new cable down through the arm of the chair by inserting it from the top while pulling on the old cable from the bottom. And you might need to wiggle it just a little bit to get it going there with the connectors. It's important to feed that cable all the way through as shown. Okay, now we can replace the metal plate, making sure the screw holes are aligned on the one side and that large oval is toward the rear of the chair, and then replace the 2 screws to secure it. Okay, now we're ready to reconnect the connectors and then wrap those connectors with just one layer of electrical tape. Okay, once those connectors are secured, we can place that arm core arm cap assembly back into position, tucking that excess cable up into the arm core so that the assembly is flush against the metal plate. Like so, and then replace the 4 screws to secure it. Okay, once those screws are nice and tight, we're ready to secure that cable to the inside of the armrest using the cable guide. So we can place that into position and replace the 2 screws to secure it. Okay, now we're ready to replace the plastic plate. And replace the 3 screws to secure it. Okay, next we need to tip the chair onto its right-hand side so that we can connect the cable on the bottom of the chair. So first we'll untuck the plastic connector box from the cable guide underneath the chair and fish that new cable all the way through both of the cable guides. Okay, then we can pop open the connector box cover, disconnect the connector inside there, and then remove the old cable from the chair and connect the new cable to the Recline actuator. And we can position that connector inside that black cable box. And pop that cover back on. Okay, once that cover's secure, we can tuck that connector box back into the forwardmost cable guide and take up the slack toward the back of the chair. All right, then we can return the chair to the upright position and replace the pad set. Be sure the bottom of the pad set is installed over the footrest frame, so the 2 corners of the footrest frame goes into the pocket on the bottom of the pad. Then we can plug in the chair and raise it up to the upright position before installing the headrest pad and head pillow. Okay, you'll see the flap on the top of the body pad there. We need to tuck that flap up into the headrest pad and then push down firmly to attach it using the hook and loop fasteners. Okay, then we can place the head pillow into position, attach it using the hook and loop fasteners, and we're done.